Yo, what's going on, YouTube friends and family? Hope everybody's doing great. You already know what time it is. Another edition of the Kenny and Manny Show. Again, the Kenny and Manny Show, baby.
What up?
Woo!
What up? What
Man,
up?
man, how you doing, baby? How's it going?
I'm good, man. Hot weekend, bro. Shit was crazy.
It was
Yeah,
crazy, man. I know you saw that fight. I know you
yes,
saw that
sir.
fight with Deontay.
Yeah,
Woo! I
man.
know
We're
you
gonna
saw
get to that, man. But let's go ahead and hit him with some other news first, man. But again, you guys already know. Another day, another dollar, baby. So
another day,
you
another
already
dollar.
know.
That's what it is. That's what it comes
All
down
right,
to,
man.
man.
So
Grinding.
talk to me, man. What's good with these NBA players, man? With these retired dudes, man? You guys is wild.
Oh man, 18. From my understanding, 18 got caught with fraud, man, scamming.
Yikes.
I'm not millions of dollars from my
Yeah.
understanding. This is a clear
Yeah.
indication. This confirms the statistic that most athletes, if they do not have proper financial management, they go broke. Look what it
Mhm.
comes down to, man. For you
Yes, sir.
guys getting that cash and you want to spend it on that ass, let me tell you something. Save, and invest, man.
Yes, sir.
Shame. This is a damn shame, bro.
Damn. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is not your typical, hey, you at work and you're going to file a, short-term disability claim because, you need a break from work and maybe you might be stretching the truth. This is not what this is, man. This is legit. These dudes are here putting up claims to get paid. Meanwhile, they're like traveling overseas. Some dudes are here, doing the nasty while they're supposed to be getting like, teeth or mouth work. Crazy, man, crazy. But again, bro, I agree with you
Absolutely.
100%. It goes into financial literacy. If you don't have to, if you have your ducks in a row, you don't have to go to the extreme and do things like this. Because remember, there's people that really do need it, athletes that really do need it, right? They're short contracts. They don't live up to like their expectation, and then they get hurt. Now they really have injuries, and they're living off of like this type of money, and that's gonna
But
make it
even,
way harder, man, for them to follow those
but you
claims
know
out.
what, man? Even a fucking bench warmer in the NBA, man. Even a guy that's an 11th man rotation. The majority of them are making
Mm-hmm.
high six figures. Not every single one of them have multi-million-dollar contracts. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
living below your means, man, at least the NBA player that doesn't get that much playing time is
Mm-hmm.
probably making at least 400,000 to 500,000 a year, bro. All right, more than a
Mm-hmm.
doctor, more than a medical doctor.
Of
Okay,
course.
so if you can't fucking live below your means and you want to have an entourage, you want to pop champagne, you want to pop these bottles, you want to buy name brand Louis, that's exactly what goes on, man. You look at all
Mm-hmm.
these athletes, you go on their Instagram, they live above their means. They want to keep up with the Joneses, they want to go for the
Mm-hmm.
IG models. And bro, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, man, you have to invest.
Yeah.
Transitioning to NFL play. This is what's that NFL running back from he used to play for the Seattle Seahawks, from my understanding.
Seattle Seahawks. Is it Sean Alexander?
Was it Sean Alexander? No, it was the dude that he has dreads, but he's known for being cheap and he never spent an NFL
Oh, you're talking
check.
about like recently. Recently. Oh
Right.
my God. Oh man, this is
What's his
crazy.
name?
Oh man, this is crazy. He plays for the Oakland Raiders, I think. At
Yeah,
oh God,
Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders. He's actually perhaps one
oh,
of the most frugal.
I forgot his name. I know
I'm
exactly what
gonna
you're
have,
talking about.
I'm gonna have to Google that shit right now. I'll have to
Yeah.
do that.
Oh my
Sorry,
God,
guys.
can't believe I
Frugal.
forgot his name.
Yeah, man. Phenomenal. Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch. There you go. There you go.
He's a phenomenal player. He knows the
Yeah.
value of a dollar. He may
Okay.
take frugality to another level, but sometimes you got to be like that. Because let me tell you something.
Hell
Speaking
yeah.
from personal experience, when you get a certain amount of money coming in, you go crazy. You want to go
Mm-hmm.
out. You want to give
Yep.
back to your community. You want to give back to your friends. Especially if you come from the inner city, you want everybody eating. And let me tell you, that's one of the quickest ways to go broke is when you want to provide for your uncle, your aunt, your
Everybody.
cousins, your homies, your homeboys, everybody. And that's why a lot of NFL players and professional athletes in general, boxers, look at Vander Holyfield. He had to do that disastrous fight,
Mm-hmm.
a
Yeah.
legend. He essentially diminished his not saying he diminished his legacy with that, but that's crazy, bro. You
Mm-hmm.
got a lot of these athletes are coming back in right now. I don't know if you know about the Reddick Bow. Reddick Bow was planning to fight Lamar Odom. They just
Oh yeah,
changed.
yeah. I heard about that. Mm-hmm.
They had to remove it because I mean he was not up to par, man. He's only 52, 53 years old, but the way that he's moving is equivalent to a 70-year-old man. Horrible. So
Oh,
they're not even going to put him
wow.
in that charity event. They're not even going to put him against Lamar
Hmm.
Odom, from my understanding.
Yeah.
So it just shows, man, save your money, be smart, you know.
Yeah,
So
especially the new
what?
guys, man. Definitely the new guys. Like some of the old guys, I'll give them a pass because they were not making. Social media wasn't around back then, so some of these
Right.
guys did not make. Like you look at Scottie Pippen and his level of production and how much money he made in his career versus somebody that is even not even in his same caliber now, and
Hmm.
probably blows them out the water in terms of how much they make now. But that's due to like the social media and stuff like that. So yeah, like you said, bro, I agree with you 100% on that. To the point of, yeah, even the bench player, yo, even you sucker motherfuckers should be still saving your money because y'all motherfuckers making
They're making more
crazy
than a
bread.
medical doctor, more than a
Crazy,
lawyer,
hell
bro.
yeah, man, hell
You
yeah,
get what I'm saying?
easy, especially like your
Save
first
the money.
round. Yeah, you making crazy bread, bro.
Guaranteed, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It,
Then these guys are having unprotected sex. They're having babies
hmm
out of wedlock. They have no. Let's say nothing
hmm
wrong. You know, you want to exercise your biological rights, but why do you have to raw dog? Why do you have to impregnate these women? You know what I'm saying? Essentially,
hmm
this is a bill. This is a bill that accumulate over 18 years. The average
exactly,
span of an NBA basketball player is what, 5, 6, 7 years, from my understanding. So why
something
would you
like
put
that.
yourself at risk? Yeah, you get what I'm saying. So a lot of these NBA players, man, I don't know what's gonna happen, what are the consequences, what are they gonna get charged with, man. But it just shows that you have to live below your means and don't get too greedy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You
Um.
lost it all. It is what it is.
Yeah, man. I'll end it on this for this topic. I saw something very nice from Shannon Sharp. What he did once he started kind of playing in the film, he got his big contract. He got his financial advisor, and pretty much the guy sat him down and he was like, "Hey, man, what is your goal after retirement?" And Shannon was like, "Hey, man, listen, I want to be able to sustain my lifestyle." He was honest. He was like, "Hey, I don't want to live extremely lavishly, but I do want to, maintain a lifestyle of above average, right?
Of
I
course.
play in the league. I got a little bit of money. I want to be able to flaunt some of that." So the guy put a game plan in place for him of how much he needed to spend in order to have all the money. So after retirement, he's still able to, have his nice little whips, still be able to go
Right.
out, spend money, stuff like that. So I believe that was
Right.
a great idea that he did that because a
Of
lot of
course.
these guys, that they want to go over the top, and then once they retire, they're still living that over the top, over the course of 10 years, and boom, that's it, they're done. Now you go
We,
from that to like borderline poverty, a la what is it, Antoine Walker style. No disrespect to Antoine Walker, dude made a lot of
phenomenal player.
money,
Bro,
phenomenal player.
I'm just
And
fucking
look, bro,
confused. I'm just
yeah,
fucking
man.
confused. It's like, how come with all that abundance of money in this capital that they have? Shout out to
Hmm.
Shaquille O'Neal. He's actually a smart businessman. How
Smart
come
business
a lot of
too.
these NBA players they don't fucking buy rental properties down south? I'm not saying all of them don't, but why don't they invest into tangible assets,
Hmm.
rental properties? Why they're not
Yeah,
putting money in the stock market? The financial advisors are supposed to help you allocate your money towards these avenues. So I don't
hmm,
understand why they're not doing that. There's only
yeah,
so much jewelry you can buy. There's only so many escorts you can get. There's only so many houses you can get. I mean, let's say if you're by yourself, do you
yeah,
really need a 10-bedroom house if you're just living by yourself? What's wrong
exactly.
with a condo? What's wrong
And
with a
here's the
condo?
thing, bro. Here's the thing that they think, okay, the 10-bedroom house, right? But here's the problem. That is more electricity, right? Because you're running a whole big ass mansion. Then you
It's
got more
crazy.
maintenance and everything. It goes happened to Mike Tyson, right? Like I told you, this before, man. When I used to live in Connecticut, I used to live like 15 minutes away from
Right,
Bristol, where in Connecticut, where the Mike Tyson
right.
mansion that later on
Yeah,
50 Cent purchased. That's way
yeah.
too much money. I think it was like what, like 40,000 in maintenance a year. Like that's
Crazy.
insane,
That's
bro.
a
Think about
salary.
that.
That's a
That's a
salary, bro.
salary of somebody, average salary in the United States, bro. So, I
Right.
mean, yeah, I know we kind of went a little bit off from the main thing, which it was the fraud. But again, all of that
Correlate.
stems
Yeah,
from
nah. People
from
gotta hear
not
this
able to
shit.
save it.
People gotta hear this shit.
Yeah,
Nah,
man.
man.
So, ladies and
Can't
gentlemen,
all
just
can't
make
all
sure
just be
you're
about
saving.
entertainment. Can't all just be
Exactly.
about entertainment.
Hell yeah,
Okay.
man. That's a fact, bro. And it's
Fuck
like,
out of here.
hey, you may not be where you want to in life, but keep in mind that your habits are your habits. If you make $1 million, you're gonna spend it the same way that if you're making, 40,000. Some people say, oh man, but yeah, that's these guys are making that kind of money. Doesn't matter. It's a habit. You make 40,000, you're gonna spend accordingly. You make $1 million, you're gonna spend accordingly. we have to learn how to just spend our money and
Bad
be
habits are
frugal to
easy
a
to
certain
form.
extent.
That's the crazy thing.
Oh, of
Bad
course, man.
habits are easy to form. That's the scary thing, bro. I could speak to you from
Oh
personal
yeah,
experience. Once I started my career, I'm making good, decent money. It's tempting to go out, do all these things, and I started doing that. Started spending a lot of money, to medicate my mental health. But then I'm like, you know what? Is it really worth it down the road? No, it's better to live below your means. I mean, all the great
of
billionaires do
course.
it. Zuckerberg is frugal. Just
Yeah,
so many people out there. They'd rather allocate their money towards things that are going to appreciate what value. There's no
exactly,
if you can get a bottle in a liquor store for $40, why would I go somewhere and pay 10 times the price? Why would I pay
exactly.
$400?
That convenience fee, yeah. Going to the
Right?
club,
Let's be
find the
resourceful. Let's
table.
have fun resourcefully. You get what I'm saying? Let's
Yes,
do it the
sir.
smart way. I ain't got nothing much about to say about that. I hate hearing athletes doing this type of shit, bro. You was a multi-millionaire once you got into the league. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. There's a
Shannon
lot
Brown
of
was
them,
a
man.
top draft pick too. I mean, out of Michigan
Yeah.
back in the day, he he was a first round pick. He had a guaranteed contract. You know what I'm saying?
Who you talking about?
Shannon Brown. He was one of the dudes that
Oh
got
yeah,
caught,
yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Shannon
you
Brown,
know?
aka Chris Brown looking ass.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but
You know,
I think they are related. I'm not sure. I think they might be cousins. I heard some shit like that. I don't know if it's true or not. Way
you
back in the
know.
day. But anywho, man, let's get into it, man. I know we're long winded on that one, but the real meat and potatoes, bro. What's good with this Wilder and Fury fight? Wow.
I know I'm gonna sound controversial when I say this.
What's up? What's
I
up?
know
Talk
to
to
a
me.
lot of boxing fans are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Listen, no disrespect to any of the heavyweights' legacy.
Oh,
My
I know where you're going.
Tyson Fury to me is the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Right there, the goat. The goat. Is that a G for goat? Yeah,
He
man, the goat,
is the
baby.
greatest heavyweight of all time. Here's why. He is 6'9". He moves like Muhammad Ali, very strategic. He has power as well. He has stamina. It's tricky because he has chichos. He's a little fat, but he moves like an athletic beast. It's crazy. The way that he manhandled Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's a beast. Let me tell you something. Deontay Wilder is going to be
Beast
hands down one of the best knockout artists in boxing history.
of all
The
time.
fact that he was able to outbox him for the third time, I felt like all three fights he outboxed him. If he was able to outbox a 6'7" athletic beast, Deontay Wilder is a
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal athlete. He could play basketball, he
Yes,
could play
sir.
football, he hits hard,
Mm-hmm.
he could dunk. So
Yeah,
Tyson Fury manhandled him, outclassed him.
manhandle. And I will say this, bro. Outboxed him. I was expecting that, but also outpower him. I was definitely not expecting that shit. And I told you, bro, when I called the other day, you were like, "Oh, what the fuck? This motherfucker crazy." I told you when I said, "Yo, honestly, I think he might be the greatest of all time." Again, no disrespect to none of the older dude,
I disagree with you at first.
from
I was thinking about it. I'm like, listen,
crazy.
shout out to Mike Tyson, but
Yeah, I know a lot of
If
y'all
Mike
motherfuckers are gonna
Tyson,
y'all gonna
if
be upset
Mike
about that.
Tyson struggled with Lennox Lewis, do you think he
Mm-hmm.
could fight somebody Tyson Fury's caliber? 6 foot
Yeah,
10, 278 pounds, the way that he's
yeah,
moving with a long ass jab. We're talking about a power forward
yeah,
boxing that could move like a fucking shooting guard in the ring.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy, bro.
And hey, and Mike Tyson has knocked down a lot of motherfuckers that are, about
Spots.
that height, 6'7" and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But none of these dudes can move like Fury.
Oh
That's
my
the
God.
thing. Some of them are almost as tall, but they cannot move like that. That's the one thing. So
Or the
because his
boxing
ability
IQ.
to move or the
Or the
IQ,
boxing
yeah,
IQ.
there's been some guys that are good that Mike has gone and knocked them out, but they don't have the tip top IQ. They're just either average or maybe good at best. But the ability to move, bob and dodge and
He's
weave and all
born
that
into
crazy
it,
shit.
bro.
Yeah,
Tyson
man.
Fury's
Like
boxing since the age of 10, bro.
exactly. Like I won't say that Mike would. I would say it would be a crazy fight. Obviously, I know there's a lot of what if, but if Fury can't not beat him off of like just manhandling him, that would be hard to do with Mike Tyson. I'm gonna be honest. At least he can kind of take that approach like Lennox Lewis and kind of keep him at bay. Boom, boom. Might beat him off points. Might get him at the end like he did to Deontay Wilder. But don't get it messed up.
And
Don't get it fucked
counter
up now. The
No, yeah.
counters are there. He still has little hit. His little kind of
Yo,
weird glitchy.
I was
You know,
impressed by his counter movement,
impressed,
bro.
man.
When he
It was
ducked, it
impressive.
went like this. It looked like it felt like a movie, to be honest, because you see
Yeah,
those type of counters in movies. You don't really see
yeah,
those type of counters in boxing nowadays. He
yeah,
ducked, whoosh, he came. Whoop. I'm like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah,
I
man.
haven't seen a counter like that in a long time, to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
you
Only in
see,
like video games and shit like that.
like Canelo and like Mayweather will do something like
Yes,
that every once in a
they can.
while.
Yep. Canelo and
Like
Mayweather. Yeah.
like those type of dudes and this dude again, almost 300 pounds, and he's out there moving like that.
Moving
Again,
like that, bro.
it's
Six
funny,
ten,
man.
6'9".
You know what's crazy? It made Deontay Wilder look like he was just sluggish. It made him look not as strong.
I guess
But don't get it fucked up.
him bulking up, I think it probably was a disservice to him than
I
an
think it
actual.
was. I think
It
it gave
was.
him a little bit more power and everything. But bro, I don't know if you heard about it, but he said they were coming in like he was coming in like his punching power was like 250% more. That is scary. I think even 5% more power is like can kill somebody. So the fact this ain't 250, that means he's really gonna hit a motherfucking turn him into
That
juice.
shows Tyson Fury has a phenomenal chin because he did knock down
Yeah.
Tyson.
Oh
Tyson Fury
yeah.
still got
Most
up.
definitely. Most definitely, bro. Anybody
Still got
else
up.
evaporated. They were just NyQuil.
He's For me, he's the
You go
greatest
night night.
heavyweight. I don't think anybody in heavyweight history could fuck with Tyson Fury.
Yeah, bro.
Maybe
I think
from a
it's
power standpoint,
of
maybe
course.
you got some dudes that hit harder, and even then, he's an underrated power puncher too. Because my man,
Yeah.
what Tyson Fury, 31 wins, 23 knockouts. That's most of his fights were a knockout, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You
So yeah,
know,
man. I mean, again, not taking anything away from Wilder, man. I think Wilder
Right,
is literally the
he's
second
one of the
best.
greats. I put him up there, one of the greatest knockout
Yeah,
artists. You
I'll
know,
I'll tell you what, man. I'll make this prediction, and I'll say that I don't think Wilder loses another fight in his career. I think nobody else beats him. So whether he fights
unless he
what is it?
fights Fury again, Fury is going to beat him.
Yeah, he's not gonna fight him again. That's a done deal, man. Three in a row. Of course, all of them besides the last one were
He
all
lost two in a row.
controversial and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
two in
lost
a
two in a row.
row, and the third row in the first one, that was a draw. Come on, man. We all know Fury had that first one. They gave him the whatever the draw because of the two knockdowns. Come on, man. That was straight bullshit. We all know he won that first fight. And again, that was the man coming out of that, rehabilitation for 3 years, all that
Rehab.
drug and all that
He had
abuse he had.
facing personal demons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I,
And
I,
he's
I
he
personally
still had the
think
ability to, yeah, what was that?
I personally
What?
think Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight right now. I don't think he'll destroy Anthony
Yeah,
Joshua. He'll
yeah,
destroy
for sure.
any heavyweight right now. He
Yeah,
is the Gypsy King. He's the best
yeah,
boxer right now in the heavyweight division. The
yeah,
way that
yeah.
he
I mean,
embarrassed Deontay Wilder's still a great fighter, but Tyson Fury, man.
yeah, yeah, man. I definitely would like to see him versus Anthony Joshua,
I don't.
and
Anthony
I
Joshua is
would
just a fit.
really,
I just see him as a fitness model. That's it, to be honest with you.
really.
I
I
don't
mean, I think he's good, man. Don't
He's
you
good.
think he?
I don't take anything away from him, but he got outboxed by the last guy. He got outboxed by Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz lost that last fight because he came in, cocky. He was partying. He was doing a whole bunch of shit. But there's a lot of boxers that are
Yeah,
better fighters than Anthony Joshua. I think Joshua's too stiff, too bulky. He's more of a fitness model type of dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the cookie crumbles, man.
yeah, man. I mean, I would like to see the Joshua and Deontay Wilder fight. I would love to see that. Both of them coming off of a loss. I think that would be a good fight. Of course,
I
I
think
know
Deontay
that
Wilder will
Joshua's
beat
gonna.
Anthony Joshua. I think he'll knock him
I
out.
think so too. I think he'll
I
knock
know
him
for
out. I think he'll knock him out.
he'll knock his
Yeah.
ass
So
out.
again, man, honestly, I don't think Wilder loses another fight at this point to anybody else. So I think he'll go. I
Maybe.
think
I
he's the
don't know.
second best man. But yeah,
Gypsy
bro,
King
both of them,
all the
was
way.
phenomenal. Motherfuckers had me in the edge of my seat the whole night. I was like, God damn, I felt like I was doing cardio, bro. I was like, that
That's
was looking crazy.
definitely the fight. Definitely hands down one of the best fights right now in the past 5 years,
Yeah,
10
yeah, for
years,
sure,
maybe.
bro. For sure,
We
for
haven't
sure, for
seen a
sure,
good
man.
heavyweight fight like that in a minute. When was the last time you saw a solid heavyweight fight, blow to blow, back at it, trilogy? The last fight I could think of that was like that was Holyfield and Riddick Bowe that I went. It was a trilogy. It was back to back, back to back. But we're talking about two dudes, two studs. Deontay Wilder,
Mhm.
6'7". Gypsy King, 6'9", 6'10". Blow, I knock you out. You knock me out. I'm getting back up, and it lasted. It was like a movie, bro. It lasted almost to the 12th round.
Yeah,
It
almost to the
almost
12th
lasted to the
round,
12th
man.
round. What a
Literally,
way
yeah,
to end the
and
fight. A knockout. 11th round knockout, bro.
knockout at
That's
the end.
crazy.
See, I don't know about you, man, but I'm a little selfish in that way, man, because it's like, yo, I'm paying my motherfucking money. Like, I don't want that shit to end in the fucking first round. You know what I'm saying? No, not to,
Right.
pardon
I
my
mean, most
French, but
fans think that
I'm
way.
paying
Most
my
fans,
money.
that's why a lot
Hell
of
yeah.
people back in the day didn't want to see the Mike Tyson fights because the Mike Tyson fights used to end the first round. They're like, okay, we know he's gonna knock him out. All right, everyone, just meet us at the
Boom.
club, meet us at the after
Yeah.
party. Knock him out
After
the
party
first
early.
round. Just meet us.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
man. Like,
that's how
damn,
people
I want
treat
to.
it. His entourage, half of them will be at the fight, half of them will already be at the club because they knew that
Yeah.
Tyson was gonna knock him out the first round.
Yeah, to avoid the traffic because you already know it's gonna end
Yeah.
quick. There's no point of going traffic and
Mhm.
then parking and then valet and all that shit just so they can knock them out quick, and then now you have to do the whole thing and go to the club. Like,
I
might as well just
might
wait at
put
the club.
him, to be honest, as my number one Mike Tyson because he was 5'9", 5'10". The way that he was moving, the power that he had is such a short body frame. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Phenomenal. But Gypsy King, man, nobody can mess with him, man.
Yeah, man, it's
Nobody.
hard to
The
say,
way
bro.
he
It's hard.
moves, the way he. How can you hit something like that? He's so up here. He's like
Yeah,
this. You
yeah,
know what
bro.
I'm saying?
He's moving like Muhammad Ali, bro. But he has the body frame of Andre the
Muhammad Ali was
Giant,
tall too. Muhammad Ali was 6'3". Tyson Fury
6'3".
is
Yeah,
7 inches
I
taller
mean
than
he
him,
look he
bro.
looks small in comparison. Cause what was Muhammad Ali? What he was like 220 pounds, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. I don't know.
225.
Something
And
crazy.
he had 53 more pounds on Muhammad Ali and 7 inches taller. So just imagine Muhammad Ali on steroids.
Exactly. Crazy. It doesn't look like
Yeah.
it, man, but again, don't judge a book by its cover, man. But yeah, bro, I'll end it at that, man. I know it's a controversial statement to say, but I'm in agreement with you on that, man. Like I told you, that man is a beast, man. I know we might have some recency bias, but hey, man, I'm sticking to it. Please, if
Take
you
it to
guys
it, man. Amen,
disagree,
sir.
put it in the comment section down below and put up the facts, put up the numbers, put up whatever you want to put. Because I already know 277 pounds at damn near 6'10", and could move like Muhammad Ali. I don't know how you prepare for something like that, man.
He's a cheat
That
code.
whole
He's one of
job,
those bosses.
cheat
He's like
code, man. Creative player.
one of those bosses from those video games back in N64. You're
Hell yeah.
fighting a creative ball, the
Hell
boss.
yeah, bro.
You know
That's
what
a
I'm saying?
fact,
It's
bro.
crazy. Yeah,
That's a
bro.
fact, bro. But yeah, man, I ain't got nothing else, bro. Anything else
I
you
ain't
want
got
to add to this shit?
shit to say. One more thing to say. I got one more thing to say. You already know financial literacy. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. And number two, the Gypsy King is here to stay. And you already know if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, baby. Like and subscribe, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Easy, guys.